Good morning. Here we are. Let's take a sip of water. So, what do we have today? Tuesday. Today's Tuesday. We still got government shutdown from what I saw last time. Let's check it out on Forex Factory really fast. Yeah, no news about that. So, no particular news today, no red folder news events, as you can see on the left of your screen on the calendar. Um, Before the open, it is worth going through very, very fast through the high time frames to remember what we want to see and mark out the levels that are important to have on your screen, on your charts. So we here on the left we have S&P, on the right Nasdaq. Actually, at the moment, S&P took previous week high and rated, meaning that we are now below it. While on Nasdaq, we are trading above previous week high. Weekly is clearly bullish, nothing to say. On the daily chart, I marked out Monday high and Monday low on both indexes. And what can we say? We had a bullish Monday, bullish close on Monday. We took previous week high yesterday on Nasdaq, while we took just overnight on ES. On the 4-hour chart, we got this sweep of both week high and Monday high. So again, slightly less strong ES, slightly. Okay. And I also like to mark okay, let's remove this 4-hour. We don't need it anymore. Also this one, I want to keep this one. No particular 4-hour fair value gap during the night, as you can see, but I want to mark out this 4-hour high and this low, and we will mark out also this is actually 2 a.m. candle, and I will be doing the same with the 6 a.m. candle. So around 10 o'clock we will be doing that, right? On the 1 hour, we can see that we already overnight went down, and then we took some liquidity, but not all of it, and we went up. You can see that there is a an SMT divergence between ES and NQ, at those lows and then up. I don't want to have those on my chart. Mm, I want to have this 1 hour on Nasdaq. Okay, let's go to the 15. It is the most interesting one because we actually can see uh, what happened with the sessions during Asia and London. On Nasdaq, we didn't take, as we said, Asia low. So this is a liquidity, sell side liquidity. This 4 hour, it's actually London low. I want to have it clear on my chart. Same for yes. This is London low, not the high. Here you go. This is the 4 hour high. So for the moment we run the high, and also what I want to have on my chart is the overnight gap, new daily open gap. It is this one. It is not that um, important because it's very tiny gap. It is a little bit wider on ES, but well, let's keep it like that for the moment. All right, and 1 minute to the open. Last thing I wanted to point out is that yesterday we reached new week opening up on Nasdaq, but we didn't on ES. So as you can see, Monday low is way further for Nasdaq. And last thing I want to mark to have it on my chart is the regular trading hour gap that should be appearing on your chart in 10 seconds. This you always want to have it. If you're trading NQ1 and ES1, you always want to have um, always want to have them adjusted for contract change. I don't remember where it was, but well, we will do it later. I will do it later. So this is the close of yesterday. This is the open. Same for Nasdaq. Switch gap. Now we can remove it. Come back to electronic trading hours. All right. You can see Nasdaq just hit the top of this 1 hour fair value gap, and it is now pointing higher. Let's see what it gives. We'll be chill for the beginning of the day. No news. government shutdown. As I told you yesterday, I never traded during government shutdown, so I don't know how it could react. So the best thing to do this week is to stay away from the market, because actually, on top of the government shutdown, there is also a tentative of NFP, non-farm payroll, that is usually the my trading experience too, as also ICT pointed out in different times. One of the moments of the month where price action is the ugliest, and especially in the days before, it's better to trade Monday during those weeks than just before the event. That should be on Friday. Economic calendar. Let's do that. Yeah, no, it's on Thursday. Thursday. Yeah. So as you can see at the start of the day, the two indexes that we have in front of us are completely decoupled. Yes, he's holding way better than Nasdaq, that visited this fair value gap here and started to drive lower. I don't want price to come back here in order to keep bearish moment. Let's see. This is the midpoint of the RTH gap. Clearly, this is to be inversed. Now, yes, trying to make a new high on the day. See how the 4 hour candle looks. We're gonna take it pretty slow today. Mm, the first 5 minutes of the day, yes, inverted this 5 minutes fair gap. We do not have yet first presented fair value gap though on yes. We have it on Nasdaq. It's this one, but as this here there is a volume imbalance, I would take all this. Mm. See how Nasdaq revisited this zone. 38. Mm. For the moment, this is holding. What I've marked as fair value gap, but as I told you, I took from here to here, so those two fair value gaps, because I there is here a volume imbalance. So this is uh, in order to stay bullish, I don't want price to go below here. We already reasoning about liquidity, but what happened during the night? We already took some liquidity overnight here, and this was a good place to long. If I was uh, if I would have been in front of the chart overnight, we could have longed ES from here, more or less this place here, um, until with the idea to long until a new all-time high. So basically now the run, the expansion uh, has already took place, and the only thing I can the only thing I can think about is um, waiting for uh, 10 a.m. and see what how price action is configured, or if there is some bearish acceleration, target those lows on Nasdaq. Those are the only things, the only ideas I have uh, in my mind right now. I'm gonna take a focus on the midpoint of this week and the Monday high, of course. Nasdaq looks like trying to push higher too, but we are in total uncertainty territory. Okay, let's see if this is just a rebalance or it actually can be the start of a move. Depends on how this candle closes. Bit of equal lows here in this fair value gap. ES is running lower. Nasdaq will join soon. We took those lows and we are reacting, rejecting those from here and again from this fair value gap. Let's see how this behaves. You wanna look at this zone to hold in order to stay bullish on the 1 minute, but we make a new low. And we go higher again. I'm just commenting price, huh? I'm not. Why I do that? If I imagine in my mind entering positions and having a mental stop loss uh, and take profit and target in order to see if price is makes sense. Um, if price starts to stop me on all the ideas and it is not coherent, then I start to be more cautious, think reducing risk and looking for um, incoherence in price in order to evaluate the session as low probability. In this case, I am not entering a real setup. Look at all these wicks here. And 15-minute close. This candle totally indecision. It shows, and you want to have both these wicks as a reference. Right, we finally close it here, but again, price is holding inside this first presented fair value gap. Still holding inside of this. Actually, really indecisive, really unclear direction at the moment. up again. We closed below the half of the first presented fair value gap and also the RTH gap high. And then we closed right after on the 1 minute candle. We closed above again. And now we are accelerating again. So now I want to see price going higher. I expect in my mind price going higher and not taking this again. But as I said before, this is important. If price takes this again, runs this low again, I start to think that this session may be, this AM session may be a low probability condition. And look, with this kind of behavior, I really don't want to engage in price. I need to preserve my mental capital, and this is not the right condition to enter. We knew from the calendar, from the geopolitical situation, government shutdown, as I told before, and that's not ideal. When it's like that, it is better if you're not that experienced to zoom out a bit and wait for something clear on the 15-minute chart. Now ES looks weaker. Thing is that price is kind of done, in my opinion. I look at it and say, okay, maybe main action for the day, it's already here. It was already done from 5 to 9. The move already happened. So you want to trade this chop? Not really. New low of the session for yes, while Nasdaq is resisting. This could be this could be the moment for Nasdaq to reach a new high for the session, or again another low and continuing the pointless ranging. If it takes this low and then it doesn't run to this low, it's again another point in favor of a low probability condition. Then there is low probability condition, there is seek and destroy. Seek and destroy is even worse because it will take all the stops and run around to the other stop, the other sense. So it takes this, then it will go it will go here, take this, maybe leave this open, or take this and leave this open, go down again, take the stop here, then go here, and then finally move in the after, generally after the main volume already took place in the market, that is from 9:30 to 11. So here again, no point in being in this market, no point in participating in this in these price actions. It just consumes your your mental capital. To have an alert here. See how it didn't close yet below this gap. It is starting to close below the midpoint, but never, just wicked this low. I want a close below here in order to consider this a target. Thing is, there is a long wick on the 15 minutes, and this is the midpoint, and it could very well close below this and then touch this level, wick it a bit, leave this open, close above this midpoint, and then run higher. In these conditions, anything is possible. Any direction is possible. Just gambling. Here is gambling. You need to have the discipline of staying out from the market here. Okay, starting to accelerate a bit higher. Let's see where it wants to reach. If it wants to take a decision today or continuing doing nothing. For our close in 4 minutes, a little bit less than that. Closed above this 5 minute fair value gap, but it's not a 5 minute close. See? In order to invalidate a fair value gap, you want a closure of the candle of the same time frame. This is 5 minute fair value gap. You want a 5 minute close above here. Didn't happen. It's going back again. Want to see how this fair value gap here, this zone, it will uh, react to price, or better said, how price will react to this zone. That is a bullish fair value gap with a volume imbalance in between. So price is retesting this right now. Let's see. If this holds or fails. For the moment it's holding. Got this high over here, buy side. You want to focus on this week. Okay, just with your eyes. I don't want to put too many things on it. If it closes below here, it's quite confirmed that we are in a this looks seek and destroy. Honestly, it looks awful price action today. This session, look at that. Look at this close, completely wasted this fair value gap. Now this is an inversion fair value gap. Let's see if it holds. Let's see if it holds. This is collection liquidity here and inverted fair value gap. This is in a normal market, this is a short entry right here. Okay, in a normal market, but I don't want to take this now. You don't want to take this now. Let's see. Again, this level, fair value gap, it's at here. Now let's see how it reacts to this. I had too many points in favor of a low probability condition morning to short this fair value gap here. That's why I'm not taking a short here. It can very well work, but if you consistently take this kind of setups in those market conditions, you will not have a very good win rate. Okay, that's why I'm not taking it to. I'm not shorting this. New low for ES, trying to reach this new day opening gap. Next target for ES is this. Actually, the half of this one. I don't know why I put it here. It's the middle point. Okay. Okay, 4 hour candle. This is a very wide 4 hour candle. The half of this candle, midpoint of this candle, is more or less around here. So this wick, it is providing a good level. Now we can see that we are pointing to this level, and then here and here. See how it behaves. Touching this wick. Okay, new low. My notifications on my phone where audio was on, so I don't want that. We're around this low, we touch this, and then we are rejecting again, of course, as we expected. Look, the 15. This is not that. This is not something you want to trade. Really, this could be another setup. That I won't take. It's another short that I won't take today. Yeah. So this, nope. Why? Because low probability. Oops, sorry. Let's clean it a bit. Let's clean it a bit. Too much stuff. Mm, mm. See these hour crows on this candle, 6 a.m. candle on yes. This is a candle that it's how to say that, it is really in line with the sentiment I've got now. You cannot say that this is a bearish candle, right? You cannot say that. It's kind of a bullish candle. But we got a long week that took Monday high and previous week high. So you cannot long it. You don't want to long these kind of candles. You don't want to short these kind of candles. So here you wait. You either wait or you close your charts and you go for a run or don't know what. I will be on mute 2 seconds because somebody's calling. All right, nothing important. Um, as I was saying, yeah, this candle is it's indecisive candle. It's a neutral candle. Neutral candle. I don't want to trade it in Tuesday where there is no news when we should have got the NFP on I think Friday. Let's should have had the NFP on Friday, but they just canceled it because I do not see it appearing on my chart anymore, on my Forex Factory calendar anymore. So they just canceled it. So because of government shutdown, so imagine how this if you want to lose money long term, I mean, because short term you could take a a lucky not a good a lucky setup and win something over it. But on long term, if you keep taking these kind of setups in these conditions and you are not able to recognize these kind of conditions, you will lose. This is I I can almost assure you that. Look at this candle now. Look at the reaction. Look at no no sense at all. Or well, in this kind of conditions, I it's not the right words are not that price doesn't make sense. The sense of price is to stop out everyone. So this is a kind of structure that I still called seek and destroy. I don't know if it's I still called seek and destroy actually, but well, it's known as seek and destroy. And you enter here, you struggle. It doesn't take this. You come back here for a little time and finally takes this. You think that it will run the buy side here. No, it stops you here. If you take the short here, you either scalp at this level or look at that. You are again out. You are again in drawdown. If you think that it would have continued to this liquidity. So here there is a fair value gap of 1 hour. Um, it is really not a good structure to trade, let's say, at least for my kind of trading. See, this is how you get profitable at trading, by recognizing which kind of market you are in. If you don't know, if you don't understand the environment you are in, you will end up hurt in any kind of activity, I would say, not just trading. So today it's sunny here in Italy, so I will probably put my shoes on and go out because I don't want to be in this kind of environment. and I will probably come back to the in the afternoon in the PM session, New York PM session. I'm not really sure about that, but who knows? I I I will probably not stream it, but I will come back to it and see how it is going on because this is pointless to me. So I hope this will be to use for someone in the future. Also, if Price is here and old live streams, you cannot use them for trading, but there are still a lot of good lessons in this, in my opinion. Lessons that I learned uh, during with a lot of losses and a lot of time doing that. So I will leave you like that, and I hope you have a composed trading session. I hope you can manage to respect your rules and stay disciplined. That's all for today. Wish you good luck and good trading as always, and goodbye. Ciao, ciao.